I tell them stay in your place. If they don't, I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all.
This is my war path, sick, grounding 4-star, bounce off the floor hard, down from the 4-star, left in the center of the circles of hell. Opposition and competition got me feeling the spell, wrapped in the vortex, trapped out of context, reaching in this contest to drop bombs and stomp bitches. Wanna nitpick at me? I pull at your stitches, hack tracks with savage rapping cataclysm to whack villages, staring back at scared fakers, lying cunts and fucked haters, taking a situation in my hand and fully escalated, mind severely elevated without further education, dealing out debilitating, heavy hitting psychic rages, building up in 5 places, mind racing in eyes glazing, spy, fire, pies, rise inside, right like hatred spiking at a violent rate. It's gonna be a close race, I'm a product of society, so don't ever try change it.
Sometimes I wanna get the world out my face. I tell them stay in your lane. I tell them stay in your place. If they don't, I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all.
I strike the hack like a chain. Could be the form of tolerance, but it really isn't, is it? You know you shouldn't stare, but it's like watching a fist fight. Left, right, till somebody gets hit right. Suddenly people scatter with only me in the limelight. Caught up in corners, this wolf bite, busted knuckles and good bite. This whole size that only the spite. I startling up to a mate, like adding fire to propane. I'll turn the night into day, like Agent Orange to cake. I can't say I like the smell of napalm in the morning. I prefer nuclear fission, cracking the core without warning. Tsar bomber upon your purest destruction in function. No need to pushing the button, already here to be fucking with ya.
Sometimes I wanna get the world out my face. I tell them stay in your lane. I tell them stay in your place. If they don't, I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all.
Yo. One more time on this carousel of doomsday. Watch as the news plays. Arrive the portrait. Hold the line like betrayed. Control by the groups made a superhuman to make it. Wonder why it's you taking over the microphone, dialing in a scope, hoping, trying to find a target. Open sniper with my rhymes. Focus target more than your mind. Broken stab up with my rhymes. Choking, holding Garrow wire. Smoking that comes out of fire. Roping you all in. Full monster ball. And won't just defeat you. I'll treat you like creepy crawlies. My rhymes feel like it's brawling, bleeding hard and fast straight out of the face. Still standing my ground, line you up with nothing but pure hate. The target's like the bruising gate, putting proof into his plate. Proves that my screws is loose, my blue without a trace inside a maze. The Minotaur who came and saw, conquer all inside the storm. Won't just go balls to the wall. I'll stand up tall and go total war. Mortified ballistics, linguistics, intricate and laser guided. Cider right down the barrel, metal storm, and there ain't no hiding. Lyrics give you a hiding, probably.
Hey.
For today's movement, we got Mr. Debo in the building, we got Miss Jinkies, we got Radical Oil, got Omega Move, Shining Hero 2873, Hill House, and the man with the master plan, Athletic Dan, in the building.
What up, what up?
How's it going?
Right on.
So today's topic that we're going to cover is friendships. So think of it as like this. In order to become a streamer, you make friendships, right? Like that's kind of the key to being successful is making friends and kind of just growing together. I would like for everybody to kind of give their experiences on how important it is to make friendships and keep friendships. So I guess starting from Debo, and we'll work our way all the way down to Dan in that order. So Mr. Debo, tell us a little bit about yourself for those that are new to you. Let people know who you are.
Just started streaming on Twitch a little bit ago. Probably the newest member of the Tulip. Um, got a couple of boys myself. Um, Probably not the best friend in terms of long-term friendships. So this will be a good learning experience for me.
Okay. Ms. Jinkies, would you like to go next?
Um, Trying to find the right words, but for those who don't know, I've been good friends with Big J for like ever, it seems now. So, and that is a long lasting friendship that I am proud to have. We throw ideas off of each other, we work well together, we promote together, and we just are excited to see each other's progressions and seeing where we can go. I'm also good friends with Shiny, Radical, Omega, Hill House, Dan, Debo.
Mhm.
And they might not know me as well, but we work together and we get to know each other better as time goes on.
There we go. There we go.
Nice, nice. Radical?
So everyone knows already here, in this chat at least, in the panel, that the lovely Mrs. Shiny Hero below me is pretty much like my best friend. I've had pretty much known her for like a year now. And we kind of like literally we play games together a lot. We talk a lot. I can lean on her whenever I need anything emotionally as a best friend. Big J, been like a brother to me. Dan, it's been a pleasure getting to know Dan in Hill House. I don't know a Mega Moo that much yet, but we're gonna hang out more. And Debo's pretty chill dude. I feel like me and him are gonna hit it off very well. But when it comes to friendships for me, I really hold them dear to my heart and keep people close. But I would definitely say me and Shiny have a significant bond when it comes to friendship.
Right on, right on. Omega Moo.
I've only been streaming again for a little bit now. It's been a while, but I've known Jay for a while. I've known Miss Jinkies for a while as well, and I hold those two dearly, and I'm kind of glad that I came back. I miss them very much. Love you guys. I got to know Shiny and Radical. It's always fun to pick on Radical. Like, that's my favorite guy to pick on.
I'm amazed it's not me.
I just got to know Hill House a little more, but I want to get to know him more. Again, I like hanging out with Dan, like when he's yelling at me and
Don't worry, I yell at everybody.
when he yells at me in the Discord. And Devo, I haven't really known him that long, but I want to get to know him more. That'd be nice.
We'll get there.
But I hold everybody's friendship very dearly to me.
Well said, well said. Miss Shiny Hero, would you like to take the floor?
Sure. So Jay, you and I got to be friends first out of this whole crew, right?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
then it was Jinkies, and then it was Radical, and then I believe it was Dan, and then Hill House, and then Debo and Omega Moo, or Mega Moo, Debo. Like, I kind of feel like you guys kind of came in the same bucket there. So like,
Jay and
you guys still, yeah.
I was gonna say Jay and I technically knew each other before, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, I think that's kind of the order of operations, if I remember. And it's just been such a joy to get to know you and grow our relationship to the point where, as an admin, now it's like I get to do a meet and greet with everybody who comes in the door. And it has been just a great experience to get to know people in that regard and take on new faces and kind of help guide them for, you know, kind of the rules of the road for streaming, rules of the road for etiquette in a Discord, and just having that growth and camaraderie and choosing the family that I want to cultivate and be a part of. So that's been a great experience so far.
Lovely, lovely. And let's head on over to the man, Hill House.
Yeah, I've always been kind of a like a loner, I guess you would say. Not really a whole big circle of people that I hang out with, but since I started doing this, I have met quite a few good long-term friends actually, that I still keep in touch with. A couple of them that I hadn't seen for about, I want to say about a year. Even though we lost touch with each other, but they ended up popping into a stream, and so now we're back in contact. So it's those kind of things that I'm kind of liking. But lately, I've in several different discords, and I've met some handfuls of people that I've been able to actually stay in contact with daily, including this group here. This is the main group that I actually talk to on a daily basis, and because of the Too Lit Discord in the community. And yeah, I really like it. It's different for me. It's kind of like Debo. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, and but I'm enjoying it so far. Mostly for the collaborations, because I think those are pretty cool. I get to play games with people that are just completely different than me, and I never thought that I'd get to play games with these people. So it's just, yeah, it's been a good experience for me.
Right on, right on. So let's go to the man with the master plan, Mr. Athletic Dan.
What's up?
All right, so we would like to know, how do you feel about friendships, and how important are they to you in the streaming industry?
Friendships are super important. I've had good, I've had bad friendships. I've had all sorts of stuff. I have had people using me. I've had people not using me. I've had all sorts of different things. Friendships can be important. They're important to keep you sane while you're streaming, because those numbers do get to you. No matter what you try to do, those numbers do get to you. But you got to try to have some fun and meet new people and network and stuff. But yeah, friendship is super important. I've made a lot of friends. I've made a lot of friends back when I was the Blue Ninja, and then I switched over to Athletic Dan. And a lot of people were against that for a little bit, but I've made a lot of new friends since then, and I've come into this community, and you guys have absolutely welcomed me, and I thank you guys so much for that.
Yeah, I think that it's very, very key to make those friendships and keep those friendships, because my thing is I treat this very important. Like, I feel like I can't see a person as a number. I see people individually as a human being. I respect everybody, and I just want to spread that love to them and support to them. And I just feel like I've learned so much. Everybody in this panel with me, I have learned so much from. I've learned to be a better leader. I've learned to be a better friend. I've learned to be a better streamer, a better supporter, and I just owe it all to everybody in this panel. The Radical Foils, the Shiny Heroes, the Dans, the Hill Houses, the Jinkies, the Omegas, the Debos. Like, everybody fits this puzzle perfectly, and that's just people in the panel. Everybody that's in this chat, that's in Twitch, that's on YouTube, we know without y'all, this would not be possible. So I just want to say,
Absolutely.
I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So
Back at you, man.
Very much so.
And it's just important. It's just important to keep those friendships. I know a lot of the times, I've been streaming for over 3 years, so I think it's been about 4 years altogether.
That's why.
Met so many good people. You have your pros and your cons. You meet people, and sometimes it doesn't always work out the best, but you learn. You learn from both your mistakes and their mistakes, and you try to learn and just teach everyone that you come across. And you don't want to make those friendships and then make a mistake to where, like, you lose that friendship, especially if it's a great friendship. And there's a lot of times where I was hot-headed in the past and I've lost friendships, but I've learned from that, and I've learned to be a better person from it. I've learned to be more patient, more understanding. I listen. I think it's very, very important, because if you don't listen, if you're not patient, you can lose a friendship. That is very important. So I just want to point that out there, and I just want to say that I appreciate you guys.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, appreciate you too, Jay.
We really do appreciate you, Jay. I'm kind of
Absolutely.
watching Radical and Shiny.
What are they doing?
I don't know. Shiny went like
You
this.
can tell by their
Like,
faces they're up to something.
So just real quick. So he and I, again, you know, besties, we know each other's bad habits very well. He likes to chew on pens, and the other day I was like rattling him. I'm like, don't chew on a pen. You're gonna choke on it. It's bad for you.
Uh-huh.
And he just caught me chewing on a pen, so he was like giving me flack, like the silent treatment. So I was like,
I had a
"Rawr," and he was
problem
like,
with
"Don't
that.
you?" And you know, that's what was happening.
Yeah,
this
so
time.
I was kind of just watching her go rawr. I was like, what is she doing?
Yep, she knew I was giving her the silent eye. Like-
Yeah, I know.
But like I see you.
I know.
That's-
I know.
Oh my
That's-
goodness.
That's great. You know, that tells you something. So, you know, that's pretty awesome about having best friends. You kind of get to hang out with them and you get to know them. They get to know you, and you know the do's and don'ts, and you know, like what games they like, from their favorite like foods to eat. Like it's just, you know, their favorite games, and it's amazing. You know, I just want to give a big shout out to the Shiny 10 Army. Like their community is so great. And if you guys have not joined their community, you guys should check it out. Great community.
Thanks, Jay. But you know, our community wouldn't exist without your community too, because I mean, that's where we got our start. That's where we got our experience from to be able to do this. So you know, it's like one hand feeds the other, one friendship feeds the other. And you know what I was thinking in my head while I was listening to you speak about the power of friendships, and I was thinking about last night. So last night we did the mental health podcast, and we had a plan A, and that kind of fell down, and plan B naturally evolved. And what did I do? Me being me, I dragged in several members of the community because we were talking about some personal issues. And I'm like, you know what? This is mental health. Let's just put this up there. And everyone was like, yeah, let's just do it. And it's like, when you have those kinds of, that kind of camaraderie and that I guess kind of that baseline of trust, you can make some really great content. And so many people benefited from that conversation. I got so much positive feedback from people saying, you know, that was a great show. That was really good conversation. I enjoyed it, blah, 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 blah. And I think the more friendships you can create like that, I mean, again, they don't have to be like this crazy thing going on here, because we're a bit wackadoo sometimes. But like, you know, even if you can just kind of get something established, you can make some really great things happen. Whether it's co-gaming streams, podcasting, whatever it is.
It's probably bothering you guys. I'm gonna mute.
I agree 100%. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Like, don't you guys agree to that? Like, very, very, very amazing. I mean, like, I tell people, you know, like something that may not be expected, and then, you know, you just kind of go with it, and it turns out to be one of the best streams or podcasts ever. Like, I tell people, if you feel like, and you know what, me and Hill House just had this conversation a couple days ago. It was like, if you feel like your content isn't going to be good, 9 times out of 10, that's probably when it's going to be a great stream, because a lot of people, they feel like their content isn't going to be good, but then as soon as they go live or they post it, it's viewed. It's probably one of their best streams ever. So, you know, I just tell people, you know, don't feel down. Don't feel like you're just discouraged. You can't go live. That's the great thing about friendships too, because every time I feel blue, every time I just don't want to go live, every time I just feel down and out, you got great people.
Blue?
Yeah,
I was gonna say something.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I said that for a reason, you know. But you know, I feel like, you know, when you don't want to stream, when you're just discouraged or down and out or just depressed or something, you have great friends that you know give you the motivation, the encouragement, and it's just, you know, great friends like Shiny Hero, Radical, Jinkies, like all of those great people encourage you. Like, you see their lives, they're full of positivity. Yeah, Shiny, I stole that from you. Hey. But you know, I feel like whenever we have great positive friends in our corner, like there's just, you know, there's no limit to what we can do.
Yeah.
The power of friendships, man, I tell you, is very, very important, and I just can't express it enough.
I mean, yeah, I feel like from experience, there's been days where I doubted myself as a streamer. Yes, believe it or not, I've doubted myself. And I know one person especially that's been like, "Hey, you get your ass streaming right now." Like, you get streaming right now. You can do this. You got this. You're really good at this kind of thing. So
Is it Shiny Hero?
yes, it is.
Yes, yes.
Talk about friends. Jay has kept me grounded so many times when I'm like, hey, I don't know if I want to stream, or he's like, just do it, man.
Do you know how many times Jay has told me to stream or make like podcasts because he thinks I'm hilarious? Multiple
are.
times. There is multiple times like he's like, Omega, you need to make a podcast and just talk about random things because you're hilarious. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it.
So when he's
I don't know if it's something that you like enough, you
while you're
could.
talking.
So that's why
Good
I
point.
was thinking like later on I'd start streaming and see where it goes there. But that's
You'll
just
get
me.
there again.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. So we have made, we have watched, we have seen, we have produced basic like videos on starting streaming, and like one of the number one things that everybody says, and you'll see this across the board, is if you don't feel confident as a new streamer, recruit a friend. Get in a Discord, make a friend, find somebody who streams and games the same stuff you do, build on that camaraderie, and get to it. Because if you don't have anybody in your stream, and that can kind of wear down on you mentally. But if you've got a friend there, you're not even really thinking about it as much. I mean, yeah, you want it, but at the same time, it's easier to bear because you've got somebody there keeping you occupied and having a good time with. So like those friendships, they keep you grounded, they keep you centered, they keep you balanced, they keep you from overthinking, they keep you from getting lost inside the dark thoughts in our head when we're left to our own devices and the negative starts percolating like, oh, you know, I must be a terrible streamer, I can't get viewers. It's like, no, that has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that the discoverability of your channel within Twitch is just very hard to get promoted. So you have to work through it. It takes time and consistency. And again, your friends can help you get over kind of that emotional hurdle of feeling inadequate or not funny or whatever it is. Your friends help keep you pushing forward and just grounded in the right now and enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey.
Oh man, that just touches my soul. Oh my goodness.
I do want to say the first time that I did start streaming again, I did have like Jay and Radical, even though I didn't see him until the end, and I'm sorry. I had like Jay and a bunch of people coming in and saying hi and all this other stuff. I was like, oh, this feels nice. I have these people in here coming to talk to me. And as I said again, I apologize to Radical because I didn't see him until last minute. But I appreciated everybody coming in, and I thank you all.
Anytime.
Just trying to be
Anytime.
everywhere I can be. And I seen her go live, and I was like, oh snap, I gotta get in there. You know, I gotta say what's up.
That's always the tough thing.
Is it because I'm always in yours? Very really lately.
I mean, just in general, I try to be everywhere as much as I can be. Like
Yeah.
I said before we even started streaming, I didn't even know Debo streams. I really didn't. I don't know what his Twitch is still to this.
I didn't even know Debo till yesterday. Hi.
I don't even know what his Twitch is still at this
Me
point because I can't read his little headlines, so I can't add him.
I did.
Well,
I found it.
Well, I want to point this out.
You could just add an M to
Miss Shiny Hero, who is in charge of the Wellness Challenge 2.0, did put as a challenge to make friends. There you go.
What's the wellness challenge, Jay?
Oh,
Yeah, Jay, what's
well, see, I'm not in charge of that, so why
What's
not
the
roll out the red
wellness
carpet for Shiny Hero to introduce
Yeah, let's hear
Heard of
it.
that? Who's in
the
charge of that?
Wellness Challenge?
I would love to talk about the Wellness Challenge because it's all about friendship. It's all about the we for wellness. But
Let's go.
so I know everybody knows this and I'm a broken record, but I'm going to say it anyway because I enjoy telling the backstory. Don't get mad at me, Radical. Anyway, so last year, Radical and I went head to head for a 6-pack challenge. And most of y'all got to see some of that. I know, Jay, you definitely did. Jinkies, you definitely did. Dan, I think you saw a little bit of it. But the end result was I won. But we both did really great. We both took off a lot of weight, and it was really great. And a lot of you were like, hey, I wish I had somebody I could do that with. And so when January came around and we were talking about goals and what we were going to do for the new year, I was like, you know what, let's do another weight loss challenge. And then it was like somebody had said, yeah, but, you know, I kind of do this, or I need to get a new job and blah, blah, blah. So then it kind of expanded to say any goal. So that became a whole wellness challenge in of itself. And I asked Jay if we could partner our Discord so that I could kind of carry the burden within Too Lit of the content. And we created channels for it. We had people go in, sign up, and basically sign up was just the equivalent of putting in your name and then dropping in your goals. And what that did was hold everybody accountable, because now I could see what Debo's working on. I could see what Jinky's working on, Radical, Big J, and say, hey, you know what? We have a similar goal. Let's try and partner. Let's try and figure out how we can leverage this partnership, because, you know, if you're trying to do it and I'm trying to do it, let's try and do it more together. So a lot of great things are coming out of it. I've already heard people are already making inroads on their goals. Like, for example, Dan, you're already working out and doing good stuff. I'm trying to remember the gentleman's guy, the Marine who's working out. He's getting back to running. Who was that, Radical?
Oh, man.
Dope Man. Yep. So he's, you know, ex-Marine. He is now back into training. He's getting into fit shape again. Texas Sun, he's also signed on board for the fitness boot camp. So we've got a lot of good people who are opening up like different spaces in the Discord to facilitate weight loss. And we're going to try and do things like on Sundays, maybe do a meal prep or have like a cooking show. Somebody's going to teach us how to make something. Another one was financial. So like for me personally, I need to work on my budget. I need to kind of refine, and I know some people have savings plan. My daughter's actually going to come on and she's going to do an investment class. And she's going to talk about planning for your future, cool. Regardless of where you are in the process. So there's so many elements to this process, but I really feel like in the larger picture, it's brought us that much closer together. So I think the friendships are just blossoming that much more, strengthening that much more, because there's that camaraderie of we are doing it together. We are holding each other accountable. I see it in different Discords where people are like, hey, how are you doing? Did you get your workout in? Everybody knows that I was harassing Dan today to say, hey, did you do your exercise?
I finished it 5 minutes before.
Because he knew I was going to be asking the question. Not to bug him about it, but yeah, to bug him about it.
No, accountability.
Exactly.
Sometimes you do have to bug people about it, though.
Yeah, but the only reason I did that was because you admitted the other day, Dan, did you not, that you said you had blown off your exercise working out in favor of Fortnite. So that's why I was kind of busting your chops about, okay, you know, you already slacked off once, got to pick up the pace, let's go. And I kind of feel like that's what you wanted. I play with my brothers,
so yeah. It's really hard to say no to family. Like, very hard.
I get it. So yeah, so that's the wellness challenge. I mean, it's still open to anybody who wants to join at any point in time. You just roll into the Too Lit Discord and go to the wellness section of the Discord and throw in your goals and look for the announcements. The first 2 weeks have been dedicated primarily for assessment. And what that means is you're looking at your schedule, you're looking at what you're eating, you're looking at your habits and kind of taking an accounting of where you have room for growth or where you have room for change, and kind of putting in those opportunities to do better. Same thing with things like, you know, getting accounting of your weight. I also asked people if they were serious about weight loss that they get a tape measure and measure like around their biceps, neck, chest, waist, hips, thighs, all these things, because sometimes when you're losing weight, the scale doesn't move, but the inches will. So like sometimes that's the first part that happens. A lot of things going into it. Again, the camaraderie has been really strong, and I'm really excited at how this is going so far. And we're only like a week and a half in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Gotta hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
That's true. Very true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I know. And you know the funny part is even though I've orchestrated this whole thing, I'm doing terrible.
You know, Shiny, I'm right there with you. I think everybody kind of struggled the first week. Everybody admitted to it. So that's the thing about it. We can at least admit it and own up to our failures, and we learn from it, and we just correct it and rise to the occasion. So we'll
Big
do better
shout
next
out.
week.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Mr. Zombie Don though, y'all. He's been on it. He's been on it. Opening up the
Oh,
workroom, everything like that, like going in there. Even if he wasn't working out, he was in there, man. I mean,
And
Let's
he's
go.
quitting smoking, and as far as I know, he's been doing excellent.
That's
He's been
awesome.
doing amazing
Zombie.
in that.
that's
Let's
smoking like a whole
go.
week and a half.
I've had
Mad
I've had
Pop.
family members that have had to do that
Oh.
before. So
Oh, it's tough. I've done it.
Oh yeah.
I've seen Chaka
I quit
Shauna in
12
there,
times
Pesky
before I
Pete.
finally quit.
Amen, brother.
oh,
Same.
kitty.
Let's
Same.
go. Let's
Kitty,
go.
kitty, kitty, kitty. Hello.
30 years of smoking, but
Yeah.
it's the best thing I ever did was quitting.
Hell
Best
yeah.
thing I ever did.
Let's
I
go.
quit for 7 years and then picked it back up for vaping.
Oh.
So it's even
No,
harder to
that-
stop now.
That is
This is just CBD, so
vaping.
I need to
Is
do that.
It's just
smoking
CBD.
cigarettes.
I'm
love
I'm
that.
gonna
Healthier.
I'm gonna
I
agree to
think-
disagree, Radical.
But
Yeah, see, Hell House, I went this route. I went the gummy route.
I hear you.
another shout out to Shaka Sean and Pesky Peas, by the way. I've seen them
Let's
post.
freaking go.
And actually,
Oh,
Devo,
yeah.
all three of them, Shaka Sean, Pesky Peeves, and Devo, they've been posting like their food like every day in that.
Oh,
Discord
yeah.
server. Like
Yeah,
every
see,
day.
that's what I need to do.
Or like some kind of like thing, and I feel like I know Pesky said she uses it as motivation and inspiration for her to keep eating healthy and everything like that.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the same with Devo, but absolutely a good thing to do if that helps you.
Oh yeah, it's very helpful.
Take
See,
advantage.
things-
I
Oh,
mean,
man.
channels are there for that purpose, right? I mean,
yeah,
If I'm not posting, I'm probably not proud of it.
I can understand that.
I feel that. I feel that.
You ain't gonna see me posting the food I eat. That's all I gotta say. Hey,
Okay,
listen.
you won't see me post the food that I eat.
You know what? I'll make a live confession,
Uh-oh.
but nobody judge me.
Clip it. Clip it.
You had
Oh.
cake, right?
Flip it.
No.
Okay.
So my weakest link right now, my
Radical.
guilty.
Your guilty pleasure.
God, I can't even believe I'm going to admit this because this is so childish. All right, remember, be gentle on the reprimands because I definitely deserve it. My biggest thing is, so I had supraventricular tachycardia, had heart surgery 20 years ago, essentially. And one of the things I am supposed to not do is have soda, caffeine, but more importantly, I need to regulate my sugar. So what's my fail here is I'm addicted to Fun Dip. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, I love Fun Dip.
Mm.
Pure sugar.
I know, like it can't get any worse than just straight up sugar. Like really?
You
Like,
can
and you
even
won't
eat-
see me.
You can
Do I
even
need
eat
sugar?
the thing you
Do
dip
I-
with.
I know. I know.
Yeah, no, I
Do you
didn't
need
post it.
sugar? Do I need
post it.
sugar? I don't need sugar. Like literally.
Right.
Now is the thing good
Tiny, do I have
that
to
you
hold you
dip
accountable?
with? I don't know. It's okay.
Hey, that's almond dip, man. That stuff is healthy.
Do I need to hold you accountable on sugar, Shiny? I'll get
Yeah.
yelled at probably for it, but do I have to?
Shiny, join me on the lack of sugar. I'm working on it.
What's the
Uh-oh.
plan? How are you handling this? Because I'm so weak. I can't help it. I'm
Oh, yeah.
addicted. It's like cocaine. I can't.
I don't know.
I mean,
how
granted,
I'm
I never had that
actually doing
addiction,
it.
but I'm just saying.
Sorry, Jay. I got
Shiny,
us
what about
up
them sweet
track.
tarts?
Because like I remember yesterday I was hungry. It was around dinner time, and like I found a stash of cookies in my mom's pantry, and I'm like, oh, I could have these cookies. And then I was like, no, I haven't had dinner yet. Let me go eat something for real. So
Uh-oh.
I went and instead of going against what I wanted, I made a logical choice to actually eat something healthy, and
Nice.
Did the
that's
craving for the cookies go away?
yeah, actually.
Okay.
And I still haven't had the cookies. I know they're there, but I'm like, I haven't had sugar really since Sunday when I had that accidental whipped cream.
But cookies though.
What happened? The whipped cream just
Accidental whipped
fell in your
cream.
mouth.
Yes.
Oh my
We're gonna go
goodness.
with that. We're gonna go
Look,
with that.
cookie.
Oh
What
my
happened to the
goodness.
cookies? The cookies
Look,
though.
I got the Oreos.
biting.
I'm dipping them in my milk.
But no,
Oh.
the accidental whipped cream was I was debating about having hot chocolate, and that was like the only sugar I'd had. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna spoil myself with a little bit and got some hot chocolate. But when I ordered it, it came with a mountain of whipped cream on top, and I just decided to go ahead and drink it instead of scraping the whipped cream off.
Oh, I was about to say, if you scraped the whipped cream off and just like ate it.
Well, I do have another confession.
Uh-oh.
Here
Uh-oh.
we go.
It's confession time.
So here's another problem I have.
Flip it.
Roll it.
These are my
Change
confessions.
the title here to
That's a
Too
good
Late
thought,
Confessions.
Yari.
Listen, I'm holding myself
You like the
accountable.
face
This
I'm
is what
making,
I
I
Jay?
think we're
want.
gonna have to bring up the concept of too late confessions during this.
Yes, too late confessions. Here we go. With shiny.
So-
Miss
Okay, so the sugar is like the worst, but then there's like somebody has an issue with like bags of chocolate.
Shiny. Guys, I might have to be yelled at, but I'm gonna have to talk to her.
Wait, is it milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
It's mixed. So I've got dark
Oh.
chocolate, milk chocolate. So like okay, so I've got like these, they're dark chocolate. Then I've got
Okay, that's good for you.
I got Hershey Kisses in here. I've
Got
got
calcium in them, right?
Mr. Goodbar.
Wheelhouse.
So yeah, so there's
Trying to help.
Stop it! You're making me laugh.
Oh my goodness.
It's clear Shiny abandoned the milk chocolate last night.
So
I didn't
friendships.
abandon, I'm just saying I like milk chocolate. dark chocolate
Dark
more.
chocolate's the new favorite now.
Dark chocolate.
Listen, I'm holding
Ooh.
myself
Funny.
accountable in front of my.
Donate to a good cause. I love candy.
Yeah, she abandoned me. She told me 2 days ago.
I love
"Oh,
it, Southern
my
Belle."
favorite was milk chocolate. Now all of a sudden it's dark chocolate. I see.
I like white
It's in the
chocolate.
bag. I'm
with
I
white
just
chocolate.
won't eat. Yeah, I just won't eat white chocolate.
White chocolate is too
Queen.
good and very addicting.
Queen.
I like
Yeah.
white
But
chocolate.
sometimes
I'm
it's
I agree.
right.
Pastor too lit.
Well, no, I like caramel white
Queen.
chocolate bars. They're really
Queen.
good.
Oh, okay.
Queen.
I don't think I've ever had a caramel white chocolate bar.
Hashtag candy lesson. Hashtag donate to a good
Caramel
cause.
white chocolate.
That's what you said, right? Make a move.
Okay. They're like
What?
little chocolate.
So since we out here confessing, I just want to say
Are you about to show us?
I had a Snickers bar last night.
See, this is healthy for us. Having confessions is
I-
healthy.
I
This
had
is
an
how we
entire
do
row of
things.
Oreos last night.
Let's just all throw it out there.
No
Let's all
milk.
confess.
No milk.
Well,
You're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself.
Wait, you didn't have milk?
A whole row.
What?
A whole row.
riot. It's a riot. It's a riot in the street.
Okay. I got them.
That's like 10
Okay,
Oreos.
let's see. Let's see. What you got?
Oh, it's more than 10.
I would get a bellyache, dude.
On the sugar problem, you
Okay.
got-
would
I have a
bellyache
bad
so
sweet
fast.
tooth. I have a
Oh,
very
you're a
bad
deli.
sweet tooth.
Oh, good choice.
Exactly, Satan. I swear.
I've got
They're
no
really good. They
sweet
have
stuff.
caramel on the inside.
By the
If
way,
it's sugar
you're
or
a deli,
peanut butter,
best
I'm
chocolate,
dead.
Hands down.
Hey, I do know.
Hands down.
I love peanut
Better than
butter and I love
Hershey's.
sugar.
I'm
And I'm
gonna have one
frustrated.
lower.
Nice.
Like here.
I know. I'm so concerned for these people that do not eat or
Debo, like,
Oreos with milk.
Psychopaths.
I have
I'm
like
just.
0 sweet stuff in my house right now.
I don't have
I
anything
have
either.
I just
I
have
a
peanut butter
teeth
cups.
problem. This
Once
was
I
my
eat the rest of
teeth.
those Oreos, I won't have any sweet stuff in the house either.
I struggle
See,
with
when I
that.
buy Reese's, they don't last longer than the night. So.
I'm not
I
gonna
think
I
lie.
love Hill House. I love.
Hey,
Oh,
I didn't
Jeff.
get like this by looking at food.
Yes, peanut butter. Oh my god.
No, no peanut butter. Nope.
Oh, I
Peanut
need
butter.
milk.
Nope. No. Actually,
Yeah.
you know what? You can have all the peanut butter in the world. I don't like peanut butter, so you can have it.
Take it.
I love
Listen,
peanut
bestie,
butter.
I got you.
You can
I
blame me,
got
Jay.
you. Give me that peanut butter cup. I
Mhm.
got you. I got
You
you.
can have them. You can have them all.
I'll take the peanut butter side of the sandwich. You take the jelly. It will work it out.
Got you. Got you. Yes.
You know, this is not helping the person who hasn't had sugar in almost a week.
Oh
Right.
no, Poor
Oh.
Jinx.
Okay,
See,
you don't
listen,
need it.
so we
Be
came to a
like me.
conclusion here. Shiny,
Triggers,
you
guys,
have the peanut
triggers.
butter. I'll have the jelly. We're good.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
I thought you
I
said
put
you had
jelly, though.
cookies. Wait, Jinkies, I thought you said you had cookies.
She said
No,
she
there
didn't.
were cookies,
Ew.
but I
There
decided
were
to
cookies.
keep them. I didn't
She was
do it.
strong.
Someone said
Wow.
I made a cookie, no milk.
I applaud you,
No
Jinkies. That's the
Stay
willpower.
strong. Stay strong. If I was
Oh,
getting
this-
married, I
this
probably would have
chat.
more willpower too.
Not missing a beat tonight.
Jeff, that's disgusting, bro. No.
What?
Mayo with my peanut butter?
Huh?
Dude, no.
Hey,
Wait,
Ivy.
should I try that on as a stream
Shiny,
challenge?
don't do it. Don't do it.
Mayo.
Oh,
As a
my
best friend,
goodness.
I am begging you right now. Don't
We'll
do it.
do like if
I'm
I
a-
get
I
X
mean-
number of
I
subs, I'll
mean,
do it.
for,
Mayo
do
and
it.
peanut butter
For my
challenge.
subathon last year, I
Please,
eat mayo straight up
Shiny, don't.
in a spoonful.
Jeff, tell me what it tastes like.
Oh,
Shiny,
so
down.
that would be
Make me
worse.
salivate for it.
don't do
Yeah.
it. Nope, nope, Jeff,
That
I'm
don't
not
sound
even,
good.
not even trying it, bro. Not
All right,
even
Jeff,
trying.
let's talk. Jeff, let's talk. Let's think of a
Shiny.
suitable community challenge. And I'll do
I
the
will. We'll do it tomorrow after work.
I ain't doing
What
that at
time?
all. That's nasty.
Well, I
Dude,
think
what
Jay's
time?
about to kick me out of the chat.
Uh-oh.
Save it.
Satan's threatening violence.
I'm just kidding.
Chaos in the
I
Discord.
think we're sort of on the same page on that. I'm gonna have to have a stern talking with Shiny.
That's disgusting. Disgusting.
And this
I
is
have
where
to have a
friendships
stern
lead
talking
to.
her about how absolutely not will I let her. I will drive all the way to New Jersey to stop your ass from trying this mayo with peanut
I
butter.
will. I will tell you how good it is. Don't worry.
You can do it, Devo, all you want. I'm not stopping you, bros.
Devo, give me all the deets. I want to know.
I'll do it live. We'll be able to watch
I will
it,
literally get in a car
everything.
right now and drive straight to New Jersey.
Describe
to stop
it as I'm taking a bite.
Hmm. Okay, but let's just circle back. I mean, this is what it is to be friends with people. You know, to choose your family, to choose the people that you want to create these dynamic sort of relationships with. Now
Exactly,
you
same
get
fucking-
chaos in the StreamYard.
What
Oh,
about
yeah.
marshmallow fluff and peanut butter?
Oh no.
Oh, see, marshmallow fluff
Right.
and peanut butter, right? You
Oh,
got
That's
it.
good.
Yeah.
Salty and sweet
Yeah.
chocolate hour?
Oh yeah, on
It's
a
actually
graham
really
cracker.
good.
Fork,
So good.
yeah.
That's some marshmallow fluff and peanut butter sandwiches are the
The guy's
bomb.
both losing his mind.
They're so
Marshmallow
good.
fluff and peanut butter.
What is a
I'm
fluffer nutter?
just gonna give
Oh,
all
you
the
said
peanut butter
marshmallow
to
fluff and
Shiny. She
peanut
can
butter?
have all the peanut butter.
Nutter,
You know
nutter,
what fluffy
yeah,
nutter is?
see?
I don't know.
Why did
Satan
you
will
think
fluff
about
your
it?
nutter.
That was before my time.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Shiny,
Just
I'm
kidding.
gonna have to mute me for a second.
I didn't
Sorry.
say it.
Oh my goodness.
Saying inappropriate stuff in the stream.
It's not after dark yet.
I didn't say it, did I? Yeah, I did say
Yeah, you did. Everybody heard it. So we're gonna have to put her in timeout.
No. This is
They
I
actually
absolutely love
love
this
this
pod.
one.
Let's go.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
I just
Nice.
had this conversation with Peaches and Queen that I need to come with a warning label, and we were gonna put the if you know label on it.
Oh, I know.
I'm telling you, I'm about to put you in timeout.
Do it.
I know.
If you know you. Oh, and poor Dan. So Jay. Oh gosh. So Dan decided to roll one of my clips today. Thank God. Thank
The music was
God.
up too loud.
The music was so loud you couldn't actually hear what I said because Radical, do you remember our last morning show? And it was about doing something somewhere and it was like, wait, what did you say? It was like think of the worst thing I've ever said live on stream. That was the
What?
clip that got pulled and played on his
Shiny.
stream.
I do wonder if my VOD took out the music.
Oh, if it's a. I
The
don't know if
worst
I'm an editor
one.
from Dan, but I
The
know.
worst clip.
Shiny.
I don't
Oh
know
my
if I'm.
goodness.
Like, listen, Space, you're not wrong.
Do not go check out that VOD.
I just
I'm
want
gonna
to
go
say,
check out Dan's VOD real quick.
yo, I'm just gonna
Shiny's
say
giving
this.
Rat a mini heart attack every 5 minutes. Yeah.
Make sure you check all these amazing people out. By the way, majority of them have a YouTube. Majority of them are on Twitch. But make sure
I
you
hope
check
I have
all
a
of these.
Twitch.
Me?
I mean, I would hope you. but,
No, I.
Not little old me.
I have a Twitch. Go come find
No,
me.
I do. Yeah.
I'm very
No, I'm
nervous.
saying I
Oh
hope I
yeah,
have one
me.
after. All right.
But
Johnny,
yeah,
what are you doing? Do I have to put you in timeout again?
I am gonna check out something really quickly.
Clip it, roll it.
Roll the tape.
I didn't even do anything.
We're out clipping.
Not this
myself.
time.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned clips because earlier in the stream I did a thing and I think it might become a thing almost every week or so. Clip day.
Clip day. Yes. I love
Just,
that.
just doing highlights of your friends' clips. So I think that's important that our friends get that recognition and just roll the clips of our beautiful friends. Like they all deserve that moment.
I'm the one that gave you that name. Pause.
An emotional.
Don't
I'm
do
giving
that.
health
No.
spray.
Don't
Yes,
do this.
babe,
to
let's
me.
go.
Well, I was listening to my VOD and I heard the follower sound, which is just ghostly voice
That's right.
saying, "I
Listen to
see
me.
you."
Hey, that's right.
Dad. Oh no.
I hope no one clipped
Dad.
that.
Go back.
It's like ridiculous.
That's right. That's right. Listen to me.
Nobody's listening. I'm not listening to you.
Ouch.
No, man.
You made
Ouch.
me.
What's your
I'll
name,
tip your ass
scumbag?
with a feather.
Pause.
That's why I get in trouble.
Hey, thank you, Paul.
I get in
Where's
trouble.
the censor bar over her face?
Can
I
we
just,
just
I just want to say I'm glad
I will see you guys. I gotta put
I have 18 plus for the
Cen-
podcast for
censor.
Spotify and Amazon. Thank goodness.
I need to time out.
I didn't do anything this time.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
it's
telling
not
you,
you this
dude,
time.
I'm
It's
gonna have to
her.
put her in a timeout. Seriously.
All I tried to do was get promo for our wellness shows.
Oh, by the way, I just want to put this out there. So for all of those that are wondering, Mr. Athletic Dan is a single guy. So ladies, if you are single,
Everybody.
make sure you hit make
attack
sure
us
make sure you hit Athletic Dan. Dan is the man. Shoot
He's
him a
gonna be
message.
appearing on a dating show.
That was my idea. We want to put him on a dating show. Actually, so I'm glad we're all here together because I actually want to do like a full squad dating show. Like whether it's Dan's like,
No.
hell no, I'm out.
Go with Dan.
But
No,
yeah, like
I
just
was
something
embarrassed, so
fun.
I was trying to compose myself.
But no, like not just. I mean, like it would be like kind of a fake one, but like just see
That'd be
like who we
fun.
would match up with in a
So
fun
like a reality
way.
show.
I know
Hey,
who
babe,
you
can I be on a
would-
dating show?
A
I know-
reality
I know
show?
who you would match up with.
Ask
You
him.
know, like that would be fun.
Texas
what?
would try to match up with her so bad. He loves Shiny. Texas loves Shiny.
Is Texas here?
He compliments her all the time. It's so sweet. I think
Texas,
it's
are you in
so-
chat?
He's
Right,
not.
right. Who doesn't love Shiny? That's right. Who doesn't love Shiny? Shiny is
No, you
amazing.
don't need to bring
Confirm
Speed's
or
at
deny.
pack.
100.
Oh my god, you guys. Now
You
now
know-
you're gonna make me embarrassed.
Listen. I love all of y'all. Listen, I love all of y'all, and I feel like we could not make this happen. We are a great family. Shout out to the Shiny 10 Army. Great community led by yours truly, Shiny Hero and Radical Foil.
Dang, Jeff.
Great owners of a great community. We have the Tulip family. Y'all know me. Miss Jinkies, the co-owner of the Tulip family. Y'all should definitely show her some love too. We got Hill House. We got Mr. Dan. We got Omega, who's a beast at the moderators. We got Mr. I'm gonna say the rookie of the month, freaking Debo. Let's go, man. One of our newest members, and I'm just glad to have him. And if you guys haven't showed him love, make sure you show him some love. Just show everybody in the panel some love. Great content creators, great mods, great supporters, all around,
Exciting.
just great people, great friends. That's what makes this a great podcast, because why? Great friends. You got to surround yourself with great people. You have great outcomes.
No, you're right, Spades. It is a good idea. I agree. It would be hilarious and fun. And no one
I-
knows.
Why does it look like Rattle's
No
getting,
one no
Radical's
one here
getting
in
mad
real
at
life
Shiny?
watches me, so I can do whatever.
Speaking
Except
of
for my brother.
friendships, how about we go around starting from Debo all the way to
Around
Dan.
the world, around.
Yeah,
How
let's go
about we
us.
have an experience
Nice.
that you had with a friend that
No.
you've met streaming? Like any kind
Oh, God, I know
of
mine.
experiences, whether it's a good experience or an embarrassing experience, but let's have an experience story. Starting with Mr. Debo.
Sprung to Wilson. Wilson, saved by Jari.
Oh, I haven't done it very much, so most of my experience is going to be in chat. We were playing, a buddy of mine who streams, we were playing Hell Let Loose. It's a World War II hardcore, like first-person shooter, like a big open world, like, or a big open map, kind of like Battlefield type thing. It's like that game's all about communication. I was playing with him while he was streaming, and it ended up just turning into like this huge Saving Private Ryan kind of role-playing thing, because you have to talk to all the commanders, you know, you got to talk to all the squad leaders. And at first nobody was talking, and then we were all just like lighting up the mics, and people started talking with us, and it just turned into like, I don't know, we ended up winning. It was pretty cool, but you know, just getting involved with his stream and everyone realizing that he was streaming and everyone else like that was on our side getting in on the chat was pretty fun. Pretty natural, just occurrence. Nobody was scripted, you know.
Nice. All right, Jinkies, what about you?
Well, I'm gonna go take this in a, well, I'm not gonna say a different direction, but one of my best friends, other than Big J, but some people have heard me talk about my friend Scooby. Scooby picked their name after I became Miss Jinkies, and it's beautiful. But we always have had these fun experiences together, and when I can stream with him, that's some of my favorite experiences, because you never know what's going to come out of Scooby's mouth. So one of the last times I actually got a stream with Scooby, we were playing Monster Hunter Rise, and it's actually clipped. We have clips of this, but I just remember it so distinctly that we were talking about sandwiches and trying to talking about giving these giant monster sandwiches, and we made it kind of sounded like a religion. It was really funny, and that just, you know, got clipped and has been one of my most highlighted moments with a friend in streaming.
Nice, nice. All right, Mr. Rad.
All right, listen. So this is probably my best stream I've ever had in my 2 years, almost 2 years of streaming. So of course, everyone knows it includes her. So listen, there's a whole big thing. If anybody does not know yet, there's a whole big thing. There was even a court case about it, by the way. We played Sea of Thieves. Big J was there. Somebody else who was associated with the community was there as well. And we were playing Sea of Thieves. Shiny and I did cosplay Sea of Thieves. We dressed up as pirates. Well, let's just say Sea of Thieves was not us on the sea actually sailing. Majority of it was more like us trolling each other.
Oh, whoops! It comes through there.
Rather than us sailing the ocean blue. So the fun part about this stream was it was going back and forth. So I wasn't just as guilty as she was with trolling. And she launches me off the boat. She launches me off the boat.
It was an accident.
To be fair for her, it was unintentional. She's just trying to troll me, but she launches me off the boat, and it's literally that stream was my favorite stream. Out of
It was
all
an
my streams.
accident.
And so she always tried to catch me in the act of trolling her with that stream. But really, deep down, everyone saw the clip. I should have threw that clip when I was in the stream today. I should have threw that clip in there for everybody to see. But
You
Anyway.
earned it.
so pretty much, I was trolling her. She was trolling me. We were going back and forth, and I did try to shoot her with a barrel in her hand, and killed myself. I did drop a lit TNT barrel right behind her. Pretty much trolling her the entire
Was
time.
it too lit?
Yes.
Did you admit that? You admit that?
I admit it.
This is like the first time has admitted. Don't forget the third time I actually came to bring a barrel on the
You're right,
boat,
Southern
like
Belle.
a gunpowder barrel.
Yeah.
He shot me at point blank range.
Yeah.
As I was holding the barrel and blew me up, and I was like, okay, now
I blew myself up on
now
that.
it's a game on.
You're not best friends with someone if you can't troll the amount of love. Exactly.
I agree.
But yeah,
with
no, that was my
100%.
favorite stream of all my streams ever. It was just really freaking blast and was goofy and fun as hell.
I laughed so hard.
Right on. That was a good one. Okay, Miss Omega Moo, you have to give us one of your experiences, whether it was a great moment or an embarrassing moment. Let us know.
It was both a great moment and kind of like weird, but it was an old time, like when I streamed like back then. Like we had a big group of people and everybody was just roasting each other one after the other. Then as soon as I pop in, I'm just roasting everybody from left to right, and all I hear is Jay like laughing full on because I'm just in here roasting everybody. As soon as they start talking, I'm just popping back with Rose because I was so mad or something. I don't know what it was, but I was just popping off with Rose.
Yes, we are.
At the end of the day, he was laughing, I was laughing, and I think he streamed it as well.
I
He was
did.
streaming, and I was just roasting everybody. And he asked me if I was okay, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm just here roasting people because it's." And somebody's like, "Okay, we'll roast Big J," and I didn't. I'm never gonna roast Jay. Like I can't do it. Jay's my brother. I can't roast him.
I
That's
probably
why you
would.
have to. That's why you have to.
No, I can't do
You
it.
roast the ones you love.
You know,
Exactly.
if she don't want to roast me, that's fine. You know, I don't roast her. She don't roast me.
It
But
says,
if you
like-
want that smoke, you can get it,
You
Mr.
settle on
Debo.
everything, Jay.
No,
I
if
just
you want the
roasted
smoke.
everybody.
But yeah, it was a great experience, and I want to hear Shiny Heroes' great story of with her friend, our friends, whether it was embarrassing or a great experience. Let's hear it.
You know, payback's a bitch. I just would
I
like
thought
to
you were
start with
playing.
that. Now, when Radical Noah and I started streaming, there was a day where we made our first bet, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I lost that first bet in a very stupid way.
Spades, clip it.
Don't even
Spades,
open
clip it.
your, you had your chance. Put a sock in it. Put a sock in
Spades,
it.
clip it. Spades, clip
Should
it.
it?
You saw a clip.
Should it? Anyway, so the first bet that I lost, I had to eat cake with no hands and did it live on stream. However, since he lost the 6-pack challenge, he had to eat cake hands-free on stream. And that moment of retaliation, revenge, whatever you want to call it, was my most favorite because that first bet was lost on a technicality. I protest the results of that first bet. What?
So pretty much it was, look, Mom, no hands.
So yeah, so I felt that first bet should have been called, you know, like a fail pass. Like it just didn't.
Aw.
I object. It didn't work. So yeah, having eat the cake on the second round of betting, that was my vindication, and I loved it every single second.
Every single second.
I think we're
Every
tuning
single
in
second.
why she had to eat
As
cake
you
for
should.
3 times.
No, we don't.
Alright.
No, you had your turn. You had your turn. Moving on. Hill House, you're up.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I have my turn, huh?
No rebuttal.
Yeah, Hill House. Mr. Hill House, let's hear your experience, man.
Well, I haven't really done much collaborating until, like I said before, until recently when I joined the Too Lit family. And the last few times that I've been on Fortnite, I've been able to jump on with Jay. And I gotta say, man, for me, that's just something that, it sounds funny, but it is out of my comfort zone because, I just, I mean, you don't know how people are gonna be, you're just all of a sudden out of the blue. But it's been some of the most fun times that I've had playing that game. And also, speaking of friends, playing with my brother recently. He just got a PC built, and Big J was on there with my brother too, Vintage Gamer, and we have just had a great time. It's some of the best, most fun times that I've had since I started doing it. So yeah, I definitely more collabs in the future, but they've just been organic and real and funny and just a good time. So yeah, it made for some really good streams.
Glad to be a part of it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have a
glad you were
question for
too, man.
Hill House. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, do you have him call you by your stream name or by your real name?
My real name, which is Hill House. It's also my stream name.
Oh, really?
I just that's my real last name, man, is Hill House.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, if you guys wanted to, I mean, you can call me Mike. It doesn't matter. Or hey,
Okay.
you.
Okay,
it's
so,
all good.
Like
Whatever works.
I say my family's names on stream because
Yeah, no, I
not?
couldn't think of a gamer tag, so I was just like, you know what,
No, you're
whatever.
good.
I'm gonna use Hill House, and people
I
think it's
mean-
because of the haunting of Hill House or whatever, but yeah.
Yo,
So-
Okay.
AJ,
Gotcha.
and my social is and my no, since I gave everybody my name, why not?
AJ,
Yeah,
I want you to
everybody
highlight.
Yeah.
I want you to highlight Shadster's comment.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
getting to that. 1 second.
This
Here
one?
we go. Hold on.
I didn't see it.
Oh, Jay.
It was
The question
highlighted.
he asked.
This one?
I'll get it. Stop.
Yes. Yeah.
Guys, you can't all click on it at once.
I think
Calm.
I beat you.
I just click on it. My hands are up.
Where's
That
the
one?
one when you need
Or
them?
the first one. I
That
see
one
two.
works. We can do that one, but I wanted to do the other one.
Oh,
but
okay.
He was asking us
Oh,
questions.
that's not the right one.
Nope, that's
Right comment.
Jeez, you guys. This is-
If you were at the
It's the one that
Twitch
says, "Does
live
anyone
stream
here?"
too,
That's the one.
Yeah, he's asking us streamers if we consider.
It should be that
Here we
one.
go.
Yeah, there we go. That's the one. I wanted to know everyone's opinions.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought you were talking about the other one.
Where
Okay.
we want to start, or do we just want to throw out whoever?
Okay, before we make that, I would like to hear
Oh.
Dan's experience real quick. Just
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick.
Go for it, bro.
I feel like we heard
Yeah.
everybody's but his, and I think it's only fair.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I skipped
Oh,
the
wait.
thing.
So,
I'm
do you want me to
sorry.
do this question, or do you want me
No,
to?
no.
Your
Go
experience.
back
your
to
experience, bro.
I had a stream where I was up till what 2:30 a.m. and so we were playing. I was playing some different games or whatever, and I was up. I was tired and stuff, and I had one of my viewers come in and they used like the bang sound, like sound alert, while I was playing it, and surprised me 3 different times. It was crazy. And they still do it from time to time as well. It was so much fun.
All right, nice. Okay, so to answer this question down here, we're gonna start from Matt, working our way all the way down. All right, Matt.
Well, so I guess mine comes more as a viewer. That's what I've been mostly. Most of the people I've hung out with for a good amount of time end up becoming my friends, regardless of if I stream with them, I'm playing the game with them, if I'm just hanging out in chat. And then now, as you know, trying to become a streamer, the people that do pop into my chat, they're like, I don't get a lot of people, so anyone in there talking to me is going to be my friend. Like, unless you're being a troll and I don't know you, like, but you know, if you're coming in, you're chatting with me, you're probably going to end up being my friend. So yeah, I consider the viewers, at least that interact, friends for sure.
All right, Jinkies.
I would say most of the time I would consider my viewers as friends if
Okay.
I get to know them on a more personal level. Now, sometimes viewers come in and I'm friendly with them, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're friends yet. I know that might be kind of hard to hear, but I'm kind of a reserved person in real life. It takes a while for me to actually consider somebody as a friend and until we actually, interact with each other, play games, chat, be that's why discords are so great for after the show you get to know the person there. So for me, I guess I would consider my viewers mostly as viewers unless they are able and want to go a step further.
Right on, right on. All right, Radical, how do you feel about that question?
For me, I see it as everybody's a friend, like literally everybody. I mean, I strive to be a person that can be there and be a friend for everybody. Doesn't matter if you only lurk in my streams, if you talk all the time, you mod, you don't mod, you're VIP, whatever you are. I emphasize that Twitch is not a place that people go to just to for entertainment. So I think sometimes you just you use it to get away from negativity that goes on in life. So you want to go there to find friends. You want to go there to be happy, to have fun, to enjoy yourself, not to be in an environment that's negative or toxic or anything anyway. So I think it's ultimately every person that comes in, every person that's there in any means is a person that matters and a person that you can make smile, you can make laugh, and is ultimately your friend because they're there, they're supporting you, and they're taking time out of their day to support you.
All right, all right.
I see that.
Omega, what about you?
Well, as both a viewer and a streamer in a way, I see everyone as my friends. But mainly since I've been in the position of viewer, I can say that I'm friends with everybody because usually the people that I'm seeing in streams or all the other stuff is people I've known or gotten to know. So I would say mostly they're my friends, but like if I'm streaming and it's your first time being in there, I want to get to know you, so I want to ask you how you are and all that other stuff before we can really say that we're friends. Because I can't really say, oh, this person's my friend, even though I've only just met this person.
Right, right.
I mean, I know it could be hard for people to hear oh, we're not friends because you just met me. No, it's not that we're not friends. It's I don't know you, so I can't really say you're my friend.
Got you. Okay, I remember the order, and I'll fix it shortly. So my input on this is that I do see viewers as a friend, like off the rip. Like I'll try to give them the benefit of the doubt if they're coming in on a regular. But I feel like if they join the Discord and we're interacting, engaging, having conversations, and just spending a lot of time, then I consider them family. Like Chris said, there's layers to this. I really value everybody's friendship, and the ones that you take your time to spend your time. So that's what I want to circle is time. Time is a very precious thing, and if you're giving your time, if you're dedicating your time spending with other people when you can do anything else out there in the world, but if you're in Discord spending time with them, that's got to be family. That's got to be very important because I know we can do so much, but we spend time with each other in Discord. That's family. So there is levels to this. And I just, I can't preach it enough. So yes, I see people as friends, and then I see people as family. You have those that, you just, it's just time, man. For you to spend time with people and you give them majority of your time, like that should tell you that you're a family or a friend. And, I just think that that's important. People don't realize that time is very precious, and that, just with that being said, we could do anything, but for us to spend time with each other, that should tell you something. So, Hill House, take the floor.
Well, what about Shiny?
Yeah, Shiny was next in line.
Oh, the order just really changed all over again. Shiny, go ahead. We need to rearrange this. I'm sorry.
I'll fix
Well,
it. I'll
when
fix
Diva
it.
gets
It's
back,
all good. I'm just messing with you, bro.
Diva's back. Now we can do this again. Hold on. Go ahead,
No.
Shiny.
I think everybody comes in the door at kind of like new friend level, right? You don't fully trust them. You're not divulging all your deepest, darkest secrets. You're not, giving them your car keys. Like there's a process to becoming friends. And I think I view every viewer as a potential friend. So, and it just becomes one of those things that ferrets itself over time. What is their intention towards me? Are they wanting to just engage with me because they like my content, or is there something else going on, that there's an expectation? So I think especially as a woman, I feel a little bit vulnerable to kind of maybe some potential for issue. But I think off the rip, everybody starts off as the potential for a friend. And if they come into the Discord and we have an opportunity to connect and find some common ground, then that almost guarantees that there's a kinship there that leads to, hey, we have now cemented that friendship, that I could maybe talk to you on a deeper level. You could talk to me on a deeper level. Maybe we could co-stream and continue that evolution. But I think it has to be a process for many people, again, especially because there's a lot of neurodivergent folks in here, and we all read a little differently. So yeah, I think it's important to kind of have a process for those folks.
Well said. Mr. Hillhouse, how you
No,
feeling?
I really agree a lot with what Shiny said, and there, and what you said and everybody else pretty much. There's a lot of layers to it. There's a lot of, when somebody comes into my chat, I am going to, especially repeatedly, I'm going to do what I can to get to know more about them. I want them to talk about themselves. I want to know about you, and some people go to streams and go to chats and they're looking for somebody to talk to sometimes, they're looking for something. And, a lot of times, you guys have been there too. You fished that out of them and found out, maybe something was going on, or maybe they've got the same interests as you or whatever. But if you come into my chat, I'm going to make that attempt to get to know you, because when you come back, maybe you had a big test coming up, like Owen over on YouTube. Okay. A lot of us know who Owen is, Owen Atkinson, and he comes in and he's this kid who goes to school and he hunts and fishes. And he's just told me the other day that he's talking about asking his girlfriend out for Valentine's Day, and he's a younger kid, but you want to get to know about those people. So yes, they do become friends. And then eventually, if you break that next barrier and there's that, certain level of trust or familiarity, then you do become family in a way. And it isn't who you're, like the old adage goes, it isn't who you're born into, it's who you make your family and your friends. And yeah, I really think it's important to try to engage with them and get to know who they are, because they want you to remember them. I think your viewers want you to know who they are. I really do.
Absolutely.
And some of them don't. They're just there for entertainment. But, I think a lot of them do come there to make relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all about that. I'm all for it, because I want to get to know who you are. I've got a few that have been coming since day one, and now it's like, talking about their kids growing up and doing all this stuff. It's kind of neat.
Right on.
Mr. Dan?
I've had
Yeah.
that same situation. I've had people come in, they've told me a lot about themselves, and they've asked me all sorts of different questions, and for the most part, I'm an open book, but like, obviously there is some stuff that I'm not going to talk about, but honestly, right away, friends, no, but after I get to know you, I think we could become friends, yes. It definitely helps hanging out in like Discords, it cements friendships a lot more. But right when you meet the person, I think they're more of an acquaintance. And then as you continue to talk to them, as they continue to come into your stream, then they could become friends.
Right on.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Mhm.
I mean,
agree.
even though I'm more
As with
I agree.
anybody, really.
It can apply to real life too. Same thing.
I mean, that's how you deal with real friends too, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
This is another question if we want to tackle that.
Debo, are you available to answer that one?
Can barely see me though.
Does anyone here find it hard to talk or connect with people over streams or any other way to connect with them? So are you mentioning like the people in our chat, getting them out of the shell?
Yeah,
I think-
I mean,
I
I don't
he's
have much
talking about
experience with
himself.
In
to be
general.
honest.
I think just in general.
Or maybe in general, yeah.
I mean, I find if you're interested in what their either struggles or interests are, whatever they may be interested in talking about, because you kind of get the sense of the comments they make, what's on their mind. You can always, hey, what's going on with this? Just the more you ask someone what's up with them, what they're into, the more they will come out of themselves. But at the same time, you don't want to like pry, because some people really aren't comfortable coming out, and you just want to give it time. And then at the same time, sharing about yourself, like you don't have to go splurge and tell your deep, darkest secrets, but little bits here and there kind of help people, reciprocate little bits here and there back, So it really depends on the person, and I maybe even the situation, but I think you just got to put a little effort and show a little care, and people respond to that.
All right, Jinkies.
Like
I
it.
can't make
Like
a
it.
heart. I'm so bad at making hearts.
Well, for me, I have really bad social anxiety with people in real life. Like if I run into people who I don't really know, heck yes, I can't talk to them. I can't connect. There is a huge disconnect. But when it comes to streaming, Discord, things like that, I don't know why mentally. I think it's just because I know that I'm not physically there. There's not going to be that awkward feeling of being between people. I don't know how to explain it. But I find it easier to connect with people via streams, via Discord, just talking that way in general, than it is in person. Now that's just because I have a social disability, I guess you could say, but I work through it, and eventually I do make friends outside of the realm of streaming and things. But yeah, I do find it pretty difficult at times, but usually I'm pretty good.
All right, Rad.
I'll be right back.
So for me, I just try to let everybody see the real me, like who I am. Like if you watch my stream, I promise you, the same person you see on my stream is the same person you would meet in real life.
The same way
Like
that you
I'm
live
just
in
as
real life.
goofy. I'm
That would
just
be a
as
fun
silly.
time.
Exactly. Like I'm literally like the same exact person. There's no like difference in my opinion, I mean, I guess there might be a few things that might be different, but
You
really
might be quieter.
I pretty much try to be myself at all times, and that's that's why I try to convey to people when it comes to like them getting to know me and bringing them out of their shells and stuff like with me, is that I try to make sure people know that Radical Foil is the same guy on stream when he's off stream. He's just as goofy, just as silly, just as clumsy, everything like that. So I mean, I guess that I don't really find it really that hard personally to talk to people, especially on stream, because I just kind of go and be myself, and I kind of look at it. If people don't like it, they don't like it. If they do, they do. But I haven't had really any negative experiences like that yet. But I always say be your real self. Don't be a character, or don't be anything that people you may think might make you popular or something like that. So that's just me. But yeah.
Omega?
It's pretty much like what Radical said. I show how I am with everyone. So like, yeah, sometimes I'll be nervous because I don't like showing my face. I don't. But like, once I like start talking to people more, I tend to ask them how their day is. If they ate, pretty much, that's kind of my thing. I always make sure that that person is taking care of themselves, and that we kind of connect that way. Because like, if I know that they're eating and all this other stuff, like, they tend to also check on me as well, and and it makes it like to connect better that way. Because I want them to feel like they have a safe space. So like, I don't want them to automatically pour out everything that is going on, but I want them to feel like, hey, while you're here, you're safe to tell me whatever you feel like, and I'm not gonna judge.
Definitely.
All right. I'll go ahead. So I don't find it hard to talk or connect to people because I have grown to, I guess you would say, I have gotten used to networking and making friends. When I talk to people, I value it because, like I said, it's a lot of time and effort into it. So when I reach out to people, I make sure that I know that this is what I want. Like, I know not everybody is going to be a friend, but the attempts that I try, when I connect to people, when I reach out to them, I say, hey, I like your content. I would like to, get to know you and see what you're about. That's, when they come into my streams, they watch me, I'll go and watch their stream. And then that's when the co-streaming begins. We'll start discussing the plans, and, we'll do like podcasts and stuff. So, I mean, all of that, is easy to me. And I know what may be easy to me might not be easy for those, but I mean, you just got to see it as an opportunity to create a friendship. And when that friendship is made, it's just, it's incredible, because like, I have reached out to so many people, and 9 times out of 10, those friendships have stuck. And, I understand sometimes it doesn't work out. People part ways. That's part of the business. But the ones that I do make, I try to keep, because it's very important, especially if those are very important to you.
Mm-hmm.
You never want to lose out on those friendships. So I value them. So I definitely say that it's easy for me to connect to people and, get those friendships and just value them. I value every single friendship that I have made.
Yeah.
So, Shiny?
While everyone was talking about this, I was really kind of thinking from my own perspective about balance. And when I first started streaming, I was very uncomfortable with it. It wasn't, a natural skill set for me. and so I feel like I had to learn a lot, and I didn't have the guidance at the time when I started of someone saying, okay, stream with a friend, which it makes sense now. And I wish I had known that back then. But sometimes I still feel like I struggle connecting with chat, because for me, I can get competitive with the game, or because I don't get to game as often as I like, that when I do game, I can hyper fixate on the game. And thankfully, because Radical here is an amazing mod, he'll keep me honest. He'll say, oh, hey, so-and-so's in your chat, or he'll be going with the shout outs. So then it's kind of like, I'll see the shout out and it kind of brings it to life that, okay, hey, this person's in your chat. So I find that super helpful to help keep me coming back to chat. But here's the other thing. Yes, I want to create a safe space in chat for people to connect and feel like they can come out of their shell and talk to me. But because of the work that I've done with mental health, there used to be the occasion where someone would do a trauma dump of information that would be, I would say, inappropriate for an open format like chat. And that's not to say that you couldn't have an outreach and say, hey, I need help. But I think, as a streamer, you have to find that balance between, okay, assessing what's really happening, and then maybe hopefully tagging a mod and say, hey, can you investigate, see if you can get in a DM with this guy or something and see what's happening, or this woman, and see what's happening. Because I think every streamer's dynamic is different. So when you talk about creating a connection, the connection has to be kind of laddering into the culture you're creating for your community, for your stream, for who you are as a streamer. How do people know you? Do they know you as a space where they can connect with you and say, hey, I have an issue? Uh-oh. I don't know what's happening, but I'll just got you.
You're fine. You're fine.
But again, I want to keep it an uplifting space. I want to make it a happy space for everybody. And when you get the trauma dump, it's like, okay, obviously it's an outreach of help and you want to address that person, but it's time and place. Some of those comments, some of that information is not appropriate for the context of that stream or that streamer. So I guess that's kind of like my only feedback to that. I mean, yeah, I want people to come out of their shell, but I want it to be kind of a process, where like we can get together in the dialogue in the Discord, where we have spaces for venting and support that are there because we have groups of people who are dedicated to outreach, who want to have those conversations in a way that's not on public display. That's my thoughts.
I love that.
I like
Who
it.
else?
Yeah. Usually, it's weird. I usually find it hard to talk to people in person, but on camera or on a stream, on the phone. I spent almost 20 years on the phone for work as a, don't hate me, but a bill collector. And I was really good at it. I actually made a really good living, and I was able to talk to people, just have a conversation, just go, and I could find out all sorts of information. But my thing is I use towards my stream is I ask a lot of open-ended questions, because I really, like I said before, genuinely want to get to know about them. And instead of just yes or no, I ask, some of the kids that come in and watch, tell me about, hey, I'm in school today. I started asking them about school. So what did you learn today? What was your favorite class? That kind of thing, whatever, just to get them talking a little bit more. But if I do have some people that don't like to talk, and they'll just say a few words here and there, and I try really hard not to push them. I know how it is for me when I get uncomfortable speaking, and I definitely don't like being pushed or prodded. It'll make me shut down, because like in a social situation, and I honestly think that because of streaming, when I go to TwitchCon this year, it's going to change everything. I'm going to be actually, I feel like I'm going to be a social butterfly for some reason. And that's a good thing. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting and meet a lot of people. But, you know, in the past, I was the guy that would go to a party, everybody's having a good time, and I'm petting the dog. Or I'm playing with the cat, you know, and I'm just
I feel that.
talking when people speak to me, you know, that kind of thing. Because I was just uncomfortable. But,
Yeah.
you know, I do. I ask a lot of open-ended questions because I want to get to know them, and I think that it brings me out in the conversation, brings them out in the conversation, and to me that works. It brings people out, and it lets them come out at their own pace, I should say.
Well said. Well said. Mr. Dan?
So similar to what Radical said earlier, I believe that I'm the same person offline and on, but I do have to warm up to people. So if I go into a group, I will get nervous. I will get like super nervous if it's a new group. I will get nervous. I won't know what to talk to them about and stuff. But online, it's like you have these people in chat and they're like just wanting to get to know you right away, and you can just talk to them. And so do I find it hard? Yes, I do. I did find it hard originally. When I first started streaming, I found it super hard. I hated being in front of camera. I was not used to that at all, even though I had done like YouTube videos in the past. But I've gotten way more comfortable on camera, and it's shown.
Mhm.
And I try to talk to everybody in chat. I mean, I try my best. Depends on like what's going on, but yeah, I try my best to get to know everybody in chat. And do I find it hard sometimes? Yes.
Mm-hmm. I just try to keep talking, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, keep things going. You know, sometimes I ask questions. Like I really like what Hill House said. He said he like asks a bunch of open-ended questions, like to try to
I
get
like
to know
that.
people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like sometimes if I see chats a little down a little bit, I'll be like, you know, I'll talk about what I'm having for dinner, or like,
Mhm.
you know, I'm talking about what I'm doing later. What something about a game I saw that was coming out or something. You know what I mean? Like just that idea of getting conversation flowing. Someone new comes into chat and they're like, "Did you hear about that new game?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
they're like, yeah, I heard about that game. You know, I really want that game. Do you know about it? Like,
I had a chatter come in, and one of my titles was about Marvel, and we talked about Marvel
Mhm.
almost the whole time because she was a huge fan of Marvel.
exactly. You know, see that's
Yep.
the kind of stuff that I'm all for. Like, you know, like a little bit. Like if you see, you can't. You know, I don't think you can talk about the same thing the entire time. I'm not the type of streamer that comes in with a
Probably
plan.
get Marvel.
You know, like I don't know if any of y'all are, but like I don't plan what to say. I kind of like just kind
No.
of go with the flow.
I
of
go
what's
with the
going
flow.
on.
Some
I
of
kinda-
the stuff that I said just spews out of my mouth.
I just let it roll and be like, it's like an actual conversation to me. You know, like
Some of the stuff that comes out of my mouth is probably some of the stupidest stuff you've ever heard, but it's funny.
That's me too.
I know how you feel on that. Literally, I'm sure she could attest to that.
Words are
But when
words
it's
are
organic-
hard for me on stream. That's all I can say.
Words are hard.
But when it's organic
Yeah.
like that, and you're yourself, man, that's when your best stuff comes out.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's
You know,
exactly my-
we're gonna criticize ourselves worse than anybody else can, and be like, "Oh man, that was funnier in my head." But lo and
Yeah.
behold, it was probably one of the most hilarious things anybody's ever heard. And
Like
it's
me
yeah.
telling random puns and me
Yeah.
like groaning in my head.
Yeah.
Yep. So we do have 2 questions left here from chat that I see. If y'all want to address those as well, I mean, we can.
Let's go for it.
This next one is kind of more of a multi-step question, but we can answer
Ooh.
whatever part or only one part or whatever.
Oh.
Oh,
I would
Oh.
personally want to really target the last
Start from
question.
the back. Let me go last this time, please.
Okay.
yeah,
all
let
right.
me go.
Oh.
Like,
Can I go
after.
second to last? This is
Okay.
tough.
So
I can start it if
Jinkies
you want.
Jinkies, would you like to start it, or would you want Radical?
I can go. Give me just a second. I was working on something in the background. You know me.
Okay, take your time.
That's fine.
Yeah, man.
Either way, I mean, I kind of already had answers stepped up, so either way.
Oh, let's see. How does one become a Twitch streamer? The easiest answer is
Absolutely, Chester.
just sit down and go.
Just in chat though.
But if you're asking for more of a process on what you need to do, how to get there, it, you could do podcast right from your phone. You don't need anything fancy. So if you wanted to, we're using a program called StreamYard. You can get StreamYard right on your phone, and you can use your phone's camera, and just sit there and do a podcast. Your consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, they have it built in to where you can stream directly from their devices. And I don't know about PlayStation, but Xbox even lets you plug in a camera.
PlayStation does, yes.
Okay.
I had to do that the other day.
So you can just go from there. You don't necessarily need a fancy computer. You don't need the lights. You don't need the camera. Some people don't even want a camera. They'll do it's called PNG tubers or VTubers.
Yep.
There are so many different ways to get started. All I can say is
stream without one.
Yeah. All I can say is if you are wanting to become a streamer, you've got to have the drive. If you don't have the drive, what is the point?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's, I guess you could say, my answer.
That's your entire answer, or?
Yeah.
You gonna go, Radical?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Jinkies. One of the things that I even struggle with sometimes is just hitting the go live button, just doing it. Just going live. And that's really, you want to become a Twitch streamer, that's the biggest thing. Hit go live. You don't need a camera. She said it best. You don't need a camera. You don't need a microphone. You don't need any of that stuff you don't want to, but it depends on your purpose. Your purpose. You want to see growth. I would sure that most of us would recommend, you have a microphone at the bare minimum. A headset counts too. Like she was right. She was talking about it. Console streamers. You have your Xbox headset and your PlayStation headset. You can use that. And it's not saying if you don't have to. I mean, if you don't have a microphone, you don't have one. You just don't. But I feel like that's probably my recommendation. Would have a bare minimum camera. Really, I mean, all people are different. You don't need to have one. It's just whether it's up to personal preference.
It's like if you want to, yeah, but
yeah. But I guess for me, the starting process was kind of just doing it. Like I was convinced. Actually, I just saw Bearded King 33 roll up in chat. I always like to shout him out every time I see this. When I started streaming, he convinced me to start streaming. I met him in real life. We hung out. He's good friends with my dad in real life, and he was like, "Oh, I really like your personality. You got the personality of a streamer. You should stream on Twitch," because he's just started streaming too. And I was like, "Twitch? What in the heck is Twitch?" So I look it up, and he's like, he's showing me his setup and everything like that, and he's like, "Listen, all you got to do, turn on your Xbox, get your microphone, maybe get you a camera if you're comfortable with that, and just go live. Just go on the Twitch app and go live. Doesn't have to be anything small." And I remember my first streams, it just literally was my dad and Bearded King. It was a growing process, but I'd say that's a starting point. Is just having fun playing the game. And how did I know I wanted to become a streamer? Well, at first it was a test process. It was a test. I didn't know if it was for me. I knew I was an outgoing person. I'm an actor as well in theater. So, I mean, some people would state that I had a knack for it. I could talk to people. I could, I was outgoing. All kinds of stuff like that. And I was goofy and funny, all kinds of stuff. So, some people would tell me, like Bearded would tell me I had a knack for it. I had a talent for it. if I applied myself, that who knows where I could have been as a streamer. So that's kind of where I did it, and I was like, I actually like doing this. This is a lot of fun. You know, this wasn't my interest was in theater and then acting. So to me, part of it was using what I love to do to not just stream, but to make people smile, make people happy, and to help people when they need to get away from the negativity of the world. So that's my answer.
All right, Omega, did you want to go on this?
Okay, yeah, I'll go. Mainly, what it really takes to stream is you have to just go for it. Don't be afraid to go for it. I'm guessing. Is all I'm gonna say is grab a phone. You can use a computer, like a laptop, Xbox, PlayStation. Really, it doesn't take a whole lot to stream. You just gotta really be willing to do it. Like, yeah, you don't want to show your face. So at first, push yourself up to that. First, do a couple streams without your face, and then go forth and so on. But it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take what everybody else has said, fancy lights, anything really. All it takes is pretty much a phone, laptop, anything you have, and if you're willing to do it.
That was nice. Okay, so to answer the question, how does one become a Twitch streamer? All you have to do is make an account and go live. Just hit the go live. Like, all you have to do is that. I mean, you have a PlayStation, you have an Xbox, you got PC, you have a mobile phone. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, all you have to do is just hit the go live and start from there. Honestly, I started off 4 years ago with just my Xbox and my TV, you know, and then as time progressed, thanks to the beautiful community that we've built, I was able to upgrade to monitors, you know, LED lights, upgraded my Xbox, got a Switch, you know, got a fancy laptop, like a good camera, great microphone. Like it just kept going on and on and on, you know. So just remember, it all starts somewhere. So, you know, just starting from the bottom, as we say, a new streamer, you don't have to have all of that fancy equipment. You don't have to have a camera. I've seen partner streamers that don't even use cameras.
I was gonna say, I don't think you even need any of that ever, really. If you don't,
you don't need that. All you need is just to engage with the chat. That's all you really need. Is as long as you're engaging with your chat that supports you, because they're there for you. It doesn't matter what game you play or what you do. They're there for you. If you can acknowledge them and make them feel welcome, they'll be in there every time you go live. And to answer the question on how did you know you wanted to become a streamer, I would say my cousin, MFGDN, he seen potential in me. He told me that I would be a great streamer. He said I had a great personality for it and I would see fit for it and I would do really good. And I took it and ran with it and haven't looked back. So I owe all of that to my cousin. And without him, I would not be Mr. Too Lit, Mr. Hot Chocolate himself. I would not be that if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have met the Shinies, the Radicals, the Jinkies. I wouldn't have met all these great streamers, the Hill House, you know. I just wouldn't have met nobody. I would just be, you know, Lord knows where I would be if I wasn't a streamer, you know, because where I'm from, it's not easy to get in trouble. So, you know, I gotta say that meeting you guys has definitely kept me out of trouble. So I appreciate you guys.
So, I mean, I look at this question and a couple other questions come to mind. Like, what do you want? Like, what is your purpose? Like, when I started streaming, I had zero purpose. I didn't even know I wanted to be a streamer, but I was interviewed by somebody else who was a streamer because they wanted to talk about something I had done. And in that process, I was like, this is actually kind of a fun experience. And in talking to that person more, he was like, oh, well, do you game? I'm like, bro, I've been gaming for forever. I'm all about gaming. He's like, well, what do you play? Why don't you come play games with us? And then it was like, okay, through that process, learning that they streamed their gameplay. And I was like, okay, this is a new concept for me. Like, I didn't even know this was a thing. And from then on, I saw how much fun they had with the people in their chat, the people in their Discord. And it felt like that missing piece for me was suddenly within grasp of not being missing anymore, because I feel very disconnected from the people in real life than I do from the people in our Discord and in my stream, because there's already a commonality building into the streaming process. So it was that made me realize, you know what, I want more of this. I need more of this. This is a great thing to have a sense of camaraderie with people, to have something really truly in common that we're passionate about. I have nobody in my life outside of this house who I can talk to about new games coming out, about gameplay mechanics, about streaming. It doesn't exist for me in my external friend group. Here, I can just get lost in conversations about building a gaming PC, what games are coming out on Steam, what are the game mechanics that we like. I mean, there's so many things that we can bond over, like exactly what we're doing tonight. I think too, if you're looking at it with a specific goal or purpose in mind, you might be going about it the wrong way. Many people start off thinking, I want to be a streamer because I want a financial income. And it doesn't really work like that. People think after 3 months, they're going to have a huge following, 6 months, huge following, 1 year, huge following. It does not work like that. It doesn't. And if you're getting hung up on not hitting your financial goals, if you're not, if you're getting hung up on not meeting your follower goals, then streaming might not be for you, because it has to be about something else. You have to be okay with the process, and the process can take a great deal of time. It can take a great deal of energy. You can burn out. You can have mental breaks, because you will find that there is a toxic culture in certain areas. I mean, even just in this podcast alone, Radical had to ban somebody in my stream for inappropriate commentary. So you have to be able to withstand that kind of agenda. You have to be able to withstand hate rates. You have to be able to withstand a whole host of things and learn about things that you didn't even know came with streaming. So when you think about, do you want to be a streamer? Do the research. Find out what it takes to really be, what's the word? I guess okay with not being this wildly popular, huge streamer. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the context of what you're doing. Just enjoy the gaming for gaming's sake, if you can. Because again, if you're coming at it from a financial perspective or a fame perspective of creating a giant following, good luck. and I try and say that in the nicest way possible, because again, from my perspective, I'm just having fun, and I'm making friends and people that I have things in common with that generally make things better for me. If I have a question about building a gaming PC, I've got 6 people I know right off the cuff who I can go to and say, hey, can you help me talk me through this? And they will, because I've invested in them. It wasn't about using them as a number to fill my coffers. It was about getting to know people and creating real meaningful friendships.
So, Shiny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her a post question, then we can get to Debo, because I know he said he has to do something. Shadster Gaming says on YouTube, I build the games and you play them. How's that sound? Give it a little bit of an answer to that, just a little bit.
I don't really understand the question because he's just saying he builds the
So
game.
I think it's if he builds the games, would you play them? Pretty much kind of thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Because I mean, for me,
There you go.
you got me for programs and editing software, and that if you need it, and I think that that's awesome because again, that's not something I know about. That's not my context. I like PC building, but yeah, I mean, we need resources. We need people we know, and that's how we learn by creating these meaningful friendships and saying, "I'm not looking to use you for your knowledge, but again, if we're friends, then I'd hope that I could actually lean on you and say, "Hey, can you just explain this to me?" As a friend, not because I'm using you as a number in my friend bank from being a streamer. It's because for me, I'm looking to make genuine connections as I go forward. You know, like if you just pop up in my stream and I don't know you, it may take me a little bit while to get to know you, and I may not necessarily jump at the first offer because I don't know you well enough to know that that's safe. But I think that that's just great to be able to build the family, the fam that you want of the people that you're choosing to spend your time with and who are choosing to spend time with you because they feel a kinship or some sort of connection to you as the streamer.
All right, Devo, you want to take the floor, bro? Unless Jay, you got something else to say before.
Oh no, I was just gonna say well said.
So, coming from like I'm a beginner streamer right now. I got a dozen followers, maybe. You know.
You got 19 because I just followed you, by the way.
So, you know, you just go on. I play. I'm just sharing my time. Really, that's what I'm doing. Hoping somebody comes on and hangs out with me. That's really all it is. You know, I have a PlayStation. Ended up getting a camera for it. I don't really use the camera all that often. PlayStation camera's not the best, but you know, I'll throw it on every once in a while if I'm in the mood for it. Otherwise, I just stream without the camera on, and the mic's on if I have something to say. If someone pops into chat, I'll start talking. You know, like or chatting in the game. You know, the mic will be on, but otherwise, it's probably pretty quiet and there's no camera. It's just how it is. It's not a big deal. You know, people will find if they don't want to watch, they'll move on. You know, if they like it and they enjoy how you game and they're just putting you on in the background, then, you know, the lurkers are just as good as the people who interact because they're there
Exactly.
viewing. You know, they're the ones that are going to be viewing longer, almost guaranteed. But, you know, it's just, you're not really, like Shiny said, you don't have a goal. You're just popping it on and enjoying yourself. And, you know, like Jay said, you just sign up and hit the button. And same thing with not even Twitch, but with YouTube. You just got to have an account and you hit the button on the PlayStation and you're streaming on YouTube.
Nice.
But
Anything
I got to go
else?
chop some veggies. I'll be around.
All right. Good House, would you like to take the floor?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't really have much more than what everybody said. It really is the truth. All you have to do is just push a button and go. But the best advice I ever got when I started streaming was number one, join a Discord. The very first Discord I joined probably taught me more about streaming than anything else. And the number two thing that a buddy of mine said is don't spend a crap ton of money. Try it out with what you have because you may not like it. It may not be something that you want to do. I've seen tons of people just dump money into streaming and it ends up being something that they don't enjoy. They love playing the games. They just don't like streaming. And it's, you know, but the three major things that I learned that a buddy of mine told me, Doji, he's a streamer on Twitch, a really good guy. He wanted me to get into this, and I was watching his stream, and we were talking about it, and he said, shut off your viewer count. Always talk like you've got 100 people in your chat. Always be talking. And have fun. Just have fun with whatever you're playing. He told me flat out, if you have fun playing the game that you're streaming, that is going to come out in waves on your stream, and people are going to enjoy it too. They enjoy it because you do. And it's entertaining to watch someone have fun playing a game. That's really the only advice that I could give other than what you guys have said. You know, I mean, it's been pretty It's been pretty detailed and a lot of good advice, but just have fun. Shut off your viewer count. It doesn't matter how many people are watching you when you start. Just have a good time and talk, and you'll see growth. It'll just happen. Like Jay always says, trust the process, and it will happen. You can't expect to turn into, Samju or some big streamer with 50,000 followers overnight. That's just not going to happen. It happens so rarely that you'd win the lottery if that happened. So, but yeah, I think everybody should give it a try. I recommend streaming to everyone. I think you should just have fun with it and just be yourself and give it a shot.
To build off of Hill House, if you got friends that you can either hang out with or play the game with, whether they're streaming or not, that's just a person you can talk to, and that increases the, it's just somebody to talk to. If you're having a hard time just conversating with yourself, which can be tough, some people just aren't good at that, have someone there to talk to, and, if they're a PlayStation friend, throw them in a PlayStation party so the chat can hear too, because it's interesting having a full conversation.
Oh,
yes.
Weird with PlayStation too for chat.
Well, I mean, like Discord's not launched yet on PlayStation, but it'll be.
It will be, and I'm so freaking excited.
They own it. They should have had it already.
Yeah.
It will help things out so much with streaming.
That's a whole nother conversation
especially with
we
the
can have a different day.
Yeah. I'm not gonna throw any slugs, but it's kind of funny. Xbox has that before PlayStation.
Literally, we could have a whole debate conversation about that. On a
Shots
different
fired.
content. I'm just saying.
Right.
We could have a
Right.
whole podcast dedicated to that. All right, Dan, wrap us up, bro.
Wrap it up.
If you have anything to add, I mean, if you don't, that's cool too. Either way.
Wow, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay, so basically, I was gonna say that with streaming, you will have your bad days. You will have your good days. You will have your bad days. There's some days where you're gonna be like, "Oh man, I'm not feeling it," and you probably shouldn't stream that day. Like, if you're not feeling it, like don't stream. I mean, if you don't feel like you can give it 100%, I don't think that you should. But if you are having, wow, my thoughts are all over the place. But basically, if you feel like you can stream, definitely stream. Play something that you like too. Like, don't play something that you don't like or that you don't think that you can talk about for a long time or a good amount of time. Anyways, how does one become a streamer? Go live. Go live. Get a PlayStation, because we don't care about that Xbox here. No, I'm just kidding. No. Get it.
Hater.
You see me, you see me looking at you, Dan, over the top of my glasses?
Nah, but really, get a place, or if you have a PlayStation, you have an Xbox, you have a mobile phone, I started on a PlayStation 5 with a camera, and it like blocks most of the screen, so your camera is up there, so you can't see half of the screen when you're watching it because it's on the TV anyways. And then I graduated to a laptop, a regular laptop, and I had lots of problems with it, but I have grown from that. I have unfortunately spent a bit of money, but that's neither here nor there. But anyways, streaming, yeah, I would absolutely recommend streaming. How did I know that I was going to become a streamer? So I have two people that showed me that streaming looks like a lot of fun. There was this guy named Tenacity TV. He played Rocket League on TikTok and Twitch, and he was so good at talking with his viewers and playing games and being able to interact with chat. And then we also have this Maddie Nui, who was playing some Legend of Zelda on TikTok, and he was engaging with his chat. And I just wanted to do something like that. I wanted to make a difference in the eyes of the community and meet new people and play games with them. My brother was talking to me one day. He was like, "Hey, you should stream on Twitch or something like that, since you just like playing games." I was like, why not give it a shot? It was tough at first. It's definitely tough, but I would absolutely recommend it.
All right.
And I would say, like, I missed the part with the how do you know? I wanted to stream since streaming first started back in like early 2000s. You know, this is like high school, watching all these guys play the games that I played, Call of Duty, you know, the original Modern Warfare, all the CDL, all the different, you know, leagues or the tournaments back then. The most you'd win is like $5,000. But the streamers, you know, like they weren't the best players, but everyone watched them, you know, and I don't even remember the platforms back then. This was like, I feel like this was before Twitch even.
Mixer.
But maybe, yeah, dude, it's been so long now. But like I've always wanted to, always, and it just took me over a decade, 15 years to even try it. You know, if you want to do it, just do it.
Yep.
I agree, Japogar.
All right. Well, we're reaching the 2-hour mark, and I just want to say that I appreciate you guys. I know, you know, I pretty much said that it would be from an hour to 2 hours. You know, nothing more than that. And I just would like to thank, you know, Mr. Debo, Miss Jinkies, Radical, Omega, Shiny Hero, Hill House, Athletic Dan, all the beautiful people
Shiny
in the
Evelyn.
chat. You guys are freaking awesome. Love you guys. You guys are truly amazing. And if you look these guys up, you can find them on Twitch and you can find them on YouTube. Yes, especially YouTube. That's where these podcasts are. YouTube. I appreciate you guys, and I hope everybody has a great night and everybody stays lit.
All right.
This is
Too lit.
too lit. It's
All
my
right.
time.